You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. We welcome everybody to our tonight technical training. So tonight's section is going to be question and answer section by God grace. So now we have me, Mr. or Mrs. Mysis, that just signify. So kindly answer question, Mrs. or Mr. Mysis. Ask your question. So then after him, we're going to know the next person we're going to answer that question. So
Yeah,
Mr. Okay, Mrs. Mysis, kindly ask a question. Good evening.
good evening. Please, I
Yeah,
want
you're
to, I'm a little bit skeptical about this cryptocurrency and the Ukraine. People are kind of saying, yeah, it's going to drop, like it's not going to rise again. So I really want to know what's the effect of this crisis between Ukraine and Russia on cryptocurrency.
all right. I love that your question. Maybe we can make that number one question. Maybe you might still have some other question. Tonight is free for you people. But I would like to tell you this. Ukraine is not the factor that determines cryptocurrency. People that are just saying that, I don't know why they are saying that. They are trying to compare crypto markets to these markets, forex markets. When we're talking about cryptocurrency market, Ukraine factor, war, anything that's happening in Ukraine, even if I tell you that even when anything that might affect forex is affecting forex, that exactly time might be the time that crypto market might even rise to its all-time high. Why? Because the fundamental that determine cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, let me tell you this. When Bitcoin was invented, I think 21 million has been programmed to go into circulation of the world. And as of today, we have more than 11 billion of our population in the world. Now, when we're talking about 11 billion compared to 21 million, you can see the difference. Out of the 21 million now that has been programmed to go into circulation of the world, about 11 billion, 11 million rather, out of 21 million, 11 million has been bought off by big investors, by all those big guys, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, all those richest in the world. They are the one in charge of 11 million out of the 21 million of Bitcoin. Because the time they had that opportunity was when they raised a kind of FUD in 2017, when they raised alarm that crypto is calm and all that. So the crash happened from 20,000. BTC was $20,000 then. It dropped down to $3,600. So that was the opportunity for them to buy, and they bought it massively then. So then out of the remaining, out of the 21 million, don't forget that I think about 4 million or thereabout is yet to be mined, to be released to market. Just 70 million has been released so far. Before the remaining BTC is going to release, it's not yet time now. So out of the 70 million, those guys have bought 11 million. 11 million minus 17 million, I think we have just 6 million. Out of the 6 million, we have about 2.6 million that are nowhere to be found. About 2.6 million. Why? Because you remember that before centralized exchanges came up, like Binance, Orbit, and all that, we have decentralized exchanges before, like blockchain and some other ones, that you will need a kind of phrase, like 12 phrase that you can use to recover your password. Any moment you lost those phrases, you won't be able to have access to anywhere you have your crypto asset again. That had happened to thousands of people. And those coins that have lost, that are not accessible again via this security or phrase, is close to 26 million BTC. 2.6 rather. 2.6, sorry, just bear with me. I'm driving as I'm talking right now. I'm on transit. So 2.6 plus 11 million, meaning that we're having, I think, 13.6 million. Now, subtract 13.6 million from 17 million. You can see what is left for us on different exchanges that we are trading on. So this supply and demand is what is determining crypto market, especially cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin. Supply and demand is what is controlling Bitcoin. Bitcoin, 21 million, that's going to go into circulation. Not all the 21 million is yet to be released. Just 70 million. And I just told you how the distribution of the 70 million is currently is now. Now tell me. So, and you agree with me that every day by day, people are getting to know about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Even the so-called robot, Royal-Q and all that is making more even layman, more people to get to know about cryptocurrency. So that's the factor that is determining cryptocurrency. And that is why we call cryptocurrency future. One of the reasons why we call cryptocurrency future is that because even little people is aware of cryptocurrency now. By the time out of the 11 million, by the time 3 million, let's say, out of 11 billion population of the world, by the time 3 billion is, getting to know about cryptocurrency, you agree with me that by then, even a value of Bitcoin by then should have been $1 million per one. Not even 1,000 this time around, but $1 million per one. So that is, don't scare about any Ukraine war. Bitcoin is bigger than any type of war for now. Even during war, even that's the exact time that people will see reasons why they should go for cryptocurrency, because it's only cryptocurrency that they can easily use to transact when there's any war. I think I've answered your question comprehensively. Mysis, have I answered your question? Mysis, are you there? Mysis, all right. So since Mysis is no more online, so the next person that I raise, another person, I think somebody rose his hand here. Somebody wanted to ask a question. If you have any question, any doubts, anything you want to ask, we don't want you to be asking questions in our daily prospecting Zoom call. That is why we have these question and answer sections for tonight. Ask your questions here. Any question about your trade, about anything, ask it here. We don't give room for that in our prospect trainings, in our prospect presentations. So that is why tonight's section is for you, activated members, whether new or old. You are free to ask your questions so that we can clear your doubts. We can put you through how you can maximize Royal-Q application robots, how you can get best of the robots. So if you ask questions, you can raise your hands so that we can do justice to your question. Please bear with me. I'm driving as I'm speaking right now. And I'm driving as I'm speaking right now. I'm on transit. So you can ask your question. Okay, Mr. or Mrs. Falama, go ahead and ask your question. Mr. or Mrs. Falama, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question. Unmute yourself and ask your question. Trailer number you. Trailer you are saying. Hello, ask your question, Mr. Falama. Yeah. Mr. Falama, okay. Mr. Patrick Nwibo. Mr. Patrick Nwibo, can you ask your question? Mr. Patrick Nwibo. Okay, Mr. Falama has unmuted him or herself. All right, let's hear from you. Mr. Falama, ask your question.
I'm joining in today. I really need to know the overview of what. Yeah, I was invited by a friend who knows I'm interested in all this Bitcoin over thing. And okay. I want to know all about it so that I will know when and how to invest.
Have you activated your Royalkey robots, Mr. Falama?
Not yet, because I'm joining in today.
Oh, that person that introduced you to this Zoom don't supposed to share you this link, because the room tonight is meant for activated members, people that have been using their Royalkey robot to trade cryptocurrency, that want to learn more about the application, how they can get best of that application Royalkey. So that is those who this Zoom call is meant for. But for somebody like you, you need to attend our prospecting Zoom call that we used to run Monday through Saturdays, 8 p.m. every day, from Monday through Saturdays. That's when we used to have a presentation concerning cryptocurrency, evolution of cryptocurrency or money, then our Royalkey robot now comes in cryptocurrency. But because you have joined tonight, I'm going to do a kind of summary for you now. Now, when we're talking about cryptocurrency, we are talking about new form of money, a kind of information technology currency. You agree with me that each era has their suitable money, or the money that can withstand the economy of that era. So in this information technology age, financial experts and the programmers around the world, they have worked very hard to help us discover a a currency that can withstand the economy of this time. So that is why they came up with cryptocurrency, digital currency, a virtual money that is not a hard currency, but it's not a kind of currency that you can touch, but virtually you can make use of it as you want. So, our paper money, we know, dollars, cedis, naira, they have tried to digitalize it. They created applications so that we can be transferring it virtually. But because of the fundamental of those paper money, or the kind of mistakes they have done concerning that money, it doesn't make that money to withstand the economy again. In 1971, that was when America decided to start to remove paper or backing by gold from paper money. Initially, they used to back paper money by gold. So any paper money you see there, there's going to be a kind of carat of gold that's going to back it up. But since they have removed backing of paper money by gold, that is when the coin has not been doing well again. So to cut long story short, cryptocurrency is a kind of currency that it follows the trend of economy. When all the goods, all commodities going higher, skyrocketing in market, cryptocurrency follows. The price of the money you'll be owing, which is cryptocurrency, follows it. So now they used to trade cryptocurrency. They used to trade it. Because we have different varieties of cryptocurrency. We have more than even 10,000 legit cryptocurrencies in market that are tradable against one another. So this market is a profession on its own. It is volatile and it is profitable. So Royalkey now produce a robot, an application that we can just connect to these markets. Are you getting it? When we connect these robots, you're going to buy the robots for yourself. You connect the robot to crypto market and to be trading and doing buying and selling for you. But the security aspect of it and the joy of it is that you are going to have your own cryptocurrency personal account the same way you used to have your dollars personal account, naira personal account, and some other accounts like that. So in that your personal cryptocurrency bank account, it is where the Royalkey robots will be doing the buying and selling for you without recording any loss. If you really know how to go about it, which bring about the kind of technical training we're doing tonight, so it's going to be win-win game for you, because the more you know how to use the application, the more profit you make. Some people, they know how they use the robots, it gives them 5% in a month. While some people, they use this same application of Royalkey, it gives them 10% in a month. Some people use this same robot to trade cryptocurrency and it gives them even 50% in a month. Are you getting it? It depends on how you know more about the application. So that is what Royalkey robot all about. And it's $120 per annum. It is
How
one
can
of
I get the application now?
How do you do what?
Get the application.
Just go back to that person that shared this link with you. The person is going to take it up from there.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
You are welcome. It's a pleasure. All right. You can just leave the room for now because you need to do some primary things before you come back to this kind of technical training. So, Mr. Falama, you can just leave the room so that we can continue with the activated members. Thank you. All right.
Okay, sir.
All right. You're welcome. So, Mr. Patrick Inwibo, you can ask your question. Mr. Patrick Inwibo.
Yeah.
Mr. Patrick Inwibo. Yeah, good evening.
My question is, I've been into Royal Q since July last month.
Okay.
So I've made some profit both in trading and in bonuses. So my question is, I want to go into more in the promotion aspects. I have run so many. I have run about two Facebook ads outside the country to get some prospects. So some people do join my WhatsApp group, but I'm not getting the result I wanted. Some are there, they are not responding. I want to know if there is a technique, so that the technique through which they are convinced to get registered and start doing the business. Mostly I do invite them to the Zoom call, but what I'm getting is not what I wanted compared to the money I do spend on the ads. The Facebook ad these days, they are costly. Sometimes I spend $100 like that. So I want to know if there is any help that you have to give.
Okay. All right. I love that your question. But this is the kind of suggestion I'm going to give to you.
Okay.
If you say that what you know is what you can give. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Exactly. So I would just suggest you try and work on your presentation, because sometimes, okay, there's a way somebody can present the presentation or the business that makes somebody to just convince immediately. Why to some people, there's a way you present it that some people will see it as what they have experienced in the past.
Yeah.
So if you present Royal Key in such businesses that they have experienced in the past, they might not convince enough. But if you can look for a way you can present it to them and read their mind and see how you can present the business to them and let the difference clear to them, the Royal Key is quite different from what they might think. I think they might give it second thought. And another thing is when we're talking about Facebook advertisements, there's a way you blow your Facebook advertisement that will make it more productive. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to link you to. I'm supposed to link you to somebody that's going to give. It might be just little thing you are getting wrong in that Facebook ad that may even resort to that limited result. But let's see how it goes. But one thing I just want you to work on is the way you present your opportunity to them. So don't present it to them like Ponzi scheme. Tell them the reality. And you agree with me that in every business, sometimes though you need to tell them reality, but there's a way as a marketer that you are going to polish it that make them to join. You're going to polish it, but you make sure you don't lie to them. You tell them the reality, but polish it very well and make sure you repackage everything very well so that they can see it as something special.
All right. Thank you so much.
Then, you can go back to your sponsor. Tell your sponsor to private chat me so that I can just share the number of that person to your sponsor so that the person can just give you some hints that makes it to work for them. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Then if we still have some other leader, Madam Grace, do you have any contribution to what that person just asked now in that area? Madam Grace, do you have suggestion? Mr. Yusuf, do you have any suggestion to what he just asked about now?
Thank you very much, boss. You're well done. For me to quickly contribute to that, I think speaking of how he can also bring people on board, I don't know which state he is. I don't know how he is working in cooperation with the upline. I don't know how consistent they are doing both physical seminar and online seminar. Like you do in Akure now. You know, apart from all this we do online Zoom from Monday to Sunday, you always do physical seminar presentation every Sunday, I think, 3 p.m. at
Okay.
State Library. So something like that. Let him just include himself to the system, whichever state he is, and let anybody that happens to be a registered member do not see that Monday to Saturday presentation that we do for just a newbie or a prospect. You as a registered member, number one, we need your attendance because the attendance speak a lot of volume and message to prospects. When they see a lot
Okay.
of crowd all day, they will know what people are so many on the event like this. It is something that is not a joke. And number two, you will get to learn from various experts. Even we that we are presenters, we also learn every day. We grab several information that help us. I want to pick up a point on what Oga just said earlier. He was giving us tip on fundamental analysis that the current war happening in Russia, Ukraine, it has different effect it can do on cryptocurrency. It can make it go up, it can make it go down. At first, the panic made it go down, but later, people are getting to see the positivity of cryptocurrency because those people that have their money in banks are not accessible in these areas. So it is only crypto that is saving them. When they run out of their country and make themselves in another country, they can always do transaction and convert their crypto to tangible assets or money in which they can spend anywhere. So please work with the system we are providing. Always join the Zoom meeting 8 p.m. every day. You are going to learn. It will give you more confidence to explain the business better. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that is lovely. I think, Mr. Patrick, you can gain from what we just explained to you now. All right. Thank you. All right. Okay, Mr. Tochuku Patrick. Wow, I think I know him very well. Mr. Tochuku, you can ask your question, sir. I think you are V2 leader in Royal Keep. Yes, I know you very well. Mr. Tochuku Patrick, ask your question. Oh, it's like there's no more online. All right, Mr. Tochuku Patrick, are you there?
Hello? Yes, I was trying to mute myself. I was actually muted by the admin. Thank you.
Oh.
So, good evening, everybody. I have a little side of the settings that I want to understand. When you come to the trade setting, you see where they wrote highest first price and first position drop in percentage. First position, it has a percentage sign beside it. I don't know what those two are meant for.
All right. I'm going to share my screen now, and then I'll quickly explain so that every other people can gain from that.
Okay.
All right. Let me log in one of the accounts here. I'm coming. So I don't know whether I've made co-host so that I can show. Okay, I've made co-host. Let me share my screen for you to show you. No, we have the one that have been complaining to Royal Q that it is not good the way our Royal Q robot keeps buying at the very high side of market. When you are trading BTC, for instance, when it is 39, when it goes to 40, it's going to sell. When it comes back to 39, it's going to buy again. When it goes to 42, it's going to sell. Then it's going to buy another one at 42. Then the one bought at 42, when market goes to 43, it's going to sell. When it sells at 43, it's going to buy another one at 43. Until when market goes to 50,000, it sells. It's going to buy again at 50. The market now comes back to 39. You can see the movement now that is not balanced, where it has been buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, but this time around, it buys again at $50,000 of BTC. The market now starts to what? To crash down back to 39,000. you can see the kind of floating loss such person is going to experience. That is why RoyalQ now introduced this new button I'm going to show you now. That is why they introduced this new button. I'm about to show you. That's number one. Let me just say that as number one. Now, number two is, sorry. Okay. All right. So now, number two, we requested for fully automated robots. But RoyalQ, because of their experience, because they know best for us. So instead of them to introduce fully automated, they now introduce this button you are seeing here, My Strategy Settings. This is now replaced fully automated, because in fully automated, this is what they do. Not that they don't set anything at all. They do set something, but you just click on that thing that's going to be picking it for them. That is why they now combine two things. They give us a kind of button that we can use to set our trade and save it permanently. So that the moment you save that settings, anytime you want to trade any coin in RoyalQ, you can just click on that coin and choose that settings for that coin, so that you won't continue to repeat settings over and over and over again. So that is what this My Strategy Settings simply mean. Now, under that same setting, it is where we now have what you just asked about now, which is a strategy period. That's where the area you just asked about now. Now, I have explained what this place means. Before, all this here was all this above here was what we had before, up to this position to profit callback, right? We used to set our dips. Robots will keep buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. The buying and selling sometimes, many times, we used to be carried away. In fact, I used to be surprised when some even so-called traders and professionals in crypto, they don't understand the nature of markets they are trading. They used to be carried away. By the time BTC jumped to like 60,000, everybody will be saying, oh, BTC is going to 150,000, it's going to 100,000. And everybody will now keep entering market at that time, which is the very high side of market. And because robot has been instructed or configured to just keep buying for us and selling, it's not sensitive enough to know whether the market is at the very high side. So when BT is around 50 and 60,000, that is what their fully automated robot does. Their fully automated robots buys for them, even at the very high side of market. Then when the market is now crashing, no subbing, no this buying, no replenishment, it's just keep coming down like that, and they're going to wait until their kingdom come. So, but this time around, RoyalQ now say, when the market is at the high side, when you notice that market is at the high side, all the circle you have set, when it is at the high side, but first and foremost, make sure this place is on cycle. No matter the setting you set, make sure it is on cycle. If you put it on one shot, out of this 28 dip I set, it can just take 8 dip and market pump up, which will sell all the 8. If it sells all the 8, it's not going to buy again for me. It's going to close that trade for me. I'll be waiting until when I'm going to restart it again. But to avoid that, you can put it on cycle instead of one shot, so that all the 28, it will be trading on what? On cycle of this 28. It might take it might not take all, but it will be buying, sell everything, then continue the cycle again. But the moment, BTC is around 39K right now, right? It has been doing this buying and selling for me, buying and selling, or it's following the movement. Then this time around, let's say today now, BTC has jumped to $50,000, or let's say 60K. All my trade, even all my dip will have been out by then. Everybody that are in dip now, almost 99.9% will have come out of that dip if BTC goes to 60 to 70,000. Good. But by that time, you are expected to come to this place. Let me clear this. At that time, you are expected to what? To come to this place. Your trade is still on, agreed. But come here. Now, let me talk about this first position drop. This first position drop, you can just say this BTC that is 60,000 or 70,000 now. The coin I'm trading is Chushi, or the coin I'm trading is BNB, or the coin I'm trading is Ethereum. Let me say, and I know that BTC is controls or dominates all the markets. Most of the time, when BTC is 70,000, that is when you're going to see all the coins that will be doing their all-time high also. So if that is the case, let me now put my percentage here that I want all the market to come down 30%. After all this about sells all this margin call limit I've set for it, I want all the market to have come down in 30% before it's going to continue this cycle again for me. Before it's going to complete this, continue this cycle again for me. But if right now, if you set any percentage here, you are not going to enjoy that trade, because by the time you set 28 dips, it will just buy just let's say it buys just 4 dips, and market pump up, it sells all this dip. You just go there, you see your trade that it has been in neutral. It will not buy, it will not sell again, everything will stop. It will be expecting you to click on start again. It's because it's going to be waiting for this 30% or any percentage you put here before it's going to buy again. So it's better to leave it just on cycle and not put anything here for now. By the time you don't put anything here, then when all the market is now at the very high side, you cannot come here and say 30% or 20% down of market is when I want my robot to enter trade again. Then by the time the robot wants to enter trade again, you know, the first buying amount here is just $15, right? If I want the robot to start all over again when the market drops in this 30% with $15, I don't need to put anything here. But if I want, maybe I've now funded my Binance more, I have enough fund now. So I want robot to take more money as my first buying amount, which I know that is going to be multiplying that in my margin configuration as the case may be. Then I'm going to put that amount here, let's say $25 or $50. When I put 50 here, then I put 30% here. By the time market rise to that peak, then when it's going to continue to buy for me, it's going to be operating the first buying amount as $50. Then it's going to wait until when market drops in 30% before it's going to continue the trading for me, so that it will save me from being entering at the very high side. And what the tool we have now, it makes it more even better than fully automated. In fully automated, nothing like this. You cannot control what you paid for. It is the one that will be trading for you anyway, anyhow. And most of the time, fully automated doesn't work with crypto market because of the nature of market. Fully automated, we see market when even BTC is around 70,000. It's going to see a particular coin that is deep at that time. It's going to pick it. Then when crash now up and down to like 30,000, then nothing is going to do again, because no replenishment button there, no any opportunity of setting any deep, nothing like that. Then mind you, you might be thinking that, but when BTC goes to 70,000, what if it's still going to $150,000? I want you to go and know this fundamental, that cryptocurrency cannot start or spike like that and go straight away to 150,000. It's not possible. It is not or never possible. If BTC is going to hit $150,000, it's going to go first to maybe 80,000 or 90,000. When it goes to 80 or 90,000, it's going to go back to like 37 or 40,000 or even 32,000. When it comes down back to that place, it's going to hit again to like 100,000. When it hits 100,000, it's going to go back to like 37 or 40 something thousand. That's how it's going to be repeating the process until when it's going to get to that 70,000. So if you have always put your mindset that the movement is spike, that, oh, you know, you'll be seeing news. Hey, it's going to 70,000, it's going to 150, it's going to 200,000. It's just an FUD. You know, it's just a kind of FOMO, fear of missing out. They want you not to want to feel to miss out. So you will now be buying a high price of market, and you instruct your market to be trading at a very high side of market, and there's no way we are not going to experience a kind of hanging in trade or heavy floating loss in your trade. Thank you. Have I answered your question, bro? Mr. Patrick, have I answered your question? Okay. All right. Mr. Mysis or Mrs. Mysis, I can see your hand again. Mr. Mysis, I can see your hand again. Mr. Mysis, I can see your hand again. Mr. Mysis, Mrs. Mysis, rather. Okay. And Akinola Tolulope, let me hear from you. Akinola Tolulope, you can unmute yourself, ask a question. Akinola Tolulope, you can ask a question. Akinola Tolulope, kindly unmute yourself. Akinola Tolulope, are you there? Okay. Annie Best, you can ask your question. Annie Best. Annie Best, kindly ask your question. Annie Best, are you there? Okay. Akpisheri Daniel. Akpisheri Daniel. Mr. Akinola Tolulope, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tolulope Akinola.
All right. We can hear you now.
Yeah. I think most of us that are newbie, let me put a first timer in the business. Let me call it a business. So I think we need a thorough, because I met with the person that introduced me to Royal Q today, and was trying to explain some certain things, like this issue of one shots. And I was asking about, he was telling me again to add, if I want more money for trading, I should add more to it, and stuff like that. But for me, that happens to be a newbie in the business, I want to know how this thing works.
All right.
And most of these buttons are just there. So the only thing I think I am able to do on it is just to check how the trading is going, because it was really set up for me. And I don't know how I can be, like this person now, we are not together. Sometimes I have to give him a call to ask him some certain things. Maybe you have to tell me he'll get back to me, and eventually he won't get back. So unlike today, he had to tell me that I missed out on something. I told him because I'm not familiar with it at the initial stage. So please, I would advise, I understand the fact that all of us are busy, and number two, you guys are equally trying to make sure that there is day-to-day training, day-to-day meeting on this. So I don't know how it can be extended to us for those of us now that are new in the system. Thank you very much.
All right. I love that your question, but anyway, React has made things easier for us or for us. First and foremost, let me quickly call your attention to the provision we have on ground. I want to share my screen now. Immediately after this Zoom call, you can just search for this group on Telegram. If you don't have Telegram application, you can go and download one. Come to your Telegram group, your Telegram application. When you get your Telegram, search for RQ Sports Plan B. You can see this first group, RQ Sports Boats Plan B team. When you get to this group, you will see where they write pin messages. Under these pin messages are this page is where we pin important messages for you, for your advantage. So come to this pin message and search for a kind of a recording that we had on 17th of October last year. The recording explain all the functions of the button in RoyalQ. You can see a recording of 17/10/2021 technical training. Topic, back office functions. All the buttons in RoyalQ, excluding the new one that I just introduced, which is my strategy settings.
My strategy settings, okay.
Every other ones, you can see their functions there. That's number one. Secondly, let me stop the share. Okay, secondly, you can come to your RoyalQ. When you get your RoyalQ, come to my user guide, this user guide rather. Sorry, user guide. When you come to this user guide, all the functions of the trade settings and other functions on RoyalQ, anything pertaining to RoyalQ is good. It is there. Let me click on it so that I can see. You can see Coinbase Pro API binding. They have explained everything there with screenshots. RoyalQ operation settings instructions, first buying amount, all those settings instructions, what they mean, you see it here. Quantitative trading parameter settings tutorial, double opening function, OB application API key process, instruction for use of software house, everything you can see up till the withdrawal has not arrived. Everything, it is here. The moment you have this, even the lesser you even question your sponsor about how it works.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. All right. Then mind you, is like let me use that medium to answer a particular question you asked, so that it can be of advantage for every other people here. Let me tell you this reality. You know, when you want to use a robot, some people are still demanding. It is real, it is true, and it will be of beneficial to us if RoyalQ add more coins to the application. Agreed. But sometimes I look at all the coins that's on RoyalQ. They are all good coins and selected ones. They are all good selected coins that are there. They are good. They are all coins that they used to do good in crypto market. So meaning that everyone you lay your hands on, if you know how you can go about it, it's going to help you a lot. Now, from my research so far, but let me go to that area for now. Let me go to that area for now. Maybe later we're going to talk about that. Now, let me ask you for the next person's question. Because Mr. Akintola, let me lower your hand. Okay, Anibest, are you available now? Anibest, you can ask your question. Anibest, all right. Is my sis available? Okay. Okay. Okay, Mr. Daniel, Akpishiri Daniel. I can see your hands up. Akpishiri Daniel, you can ask your question. Akpishiri Daniel, ask your question, sir. Akpishiri Daniel, ask your question, please. Okay, Mr. Anibest. You people can unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay. Maybe because of that, I'm going to use that medium to explain what I wanted to explain the other time, since they are unable to unmute themselves. Now, kindly check through this. Let's check from this person's trade. This person started his trade, I think, on the 23rd of this month. 23rd. With how much was that? I think how much was the capital? I think around 600 or thereabouts. So, and with that $600, because the person wants to use a kind of minimize a kind of chances of loss or thereabouts, the person decided to use our.
I think they've done.
Okay. Are you available now?
I mean, I've been waiting for my. Yes,
Mr. Daniel,
I've been available just at since.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so thank you for. Me. Hello, hear me?
The network from your hand, I think the network from your head is not that clear.
Hello? You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You can continue. Proceed.
Okay, so I want to cue behind the last person that asked question that some of us actually coming we are just new to the system, and my question is actually because I joined last month January, okay, and the system is actually new to us, and what I was told was the system is automated, it's a robot, is supposed to do the whole trading for you because we are ignorant of many of these things, and we know little or nothing about some of these things. So when I was told about it, I actually said, let me give it a try and see how it goes. So after buying and paying for the robots, I funded with 200. I said, okay, let me see how it goes. If it goes well, I could increase the trading capital and all of that. Okay, but apart from the first day and one other day in this February, that is 1 January and 1 February. That was the only 2 times I saw profit dropping. Every other thing is on dip. There's a trade that has been going down, is about 30-something% negative right now. Okay, I tried to speak with my people up there. They said I have to wait until everything bounces back. I have been waiting and I have been waiting till today. I'm still waiting. I keep asking, how long am I going to wait? Okay, this is something I was thinking is going to, based on the information I got, before now, that is supposed to be something that is daily, that within a month I should be able to see something, in terms of percentage. But right now is more like I've waited for over a month, and it's less than $2 and all of that. So I want to ask, because I don't know how long I'm going to wait. I don't know how long deep the trade that is pending is going to go. So I want to ask, is it not possible to close that trade that is on deep? Because of that now, it's more like everything is on standstill. Hello, can you still hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. So everything is now standstill. No trade is going on, no profit is dropping, everything is just stagnant. So my question is it not wise you close the trade? That was what I was trying to talk to my people up there. That look,
all right,
why not close the trade? And let's see, I was trying to like the profit, the loss based on this dip. How much is going to be the loss? If we close it on loss, the available for the what will be left of the 200. Let's see how we use it to start a new setting. Okay, if the new setting comes better, then someone can think of refunding or putting in more money. But as a new beginner, I started with 200, hoping that okay, if everything goes well, I will put in more money. There's no encouragement to put in more money. Okay, based on what I'm seeing right now. So I am asking, is it not possible we can close at a loss and use the other, what will be left over to start all over, or to put in a good setting that will deliver as promised, as told? Yes, that is my question.
All right, thank you. I love that your question. If I guess right, you must be a finance student. Because it's only finance students used to think in that direction. And
Okay.
we agree with you. If if you are trading with just $200 and maybe let's say you have a $10 loss in cure, or let's say reduction in your money, you can forfeit your $10 and close at 190. But provided that if you know a new strategy or a best strategy or a best way that you know that you can use the robot and give you profits. But if the person does not know the other strategy he or she can make use, whether by using one shot to be making profits per day, it's not advisable you close it. You can wait until when it recovers. But if the loss is much, let's say from $100 has reduced to like a $150 or $100, I won't advise you to close it. You can just wait. But this is just what impression they're supposed to have passed on to you in the beginning. You know, when we're talking about cryptocurrency, this time around, I'm not talking of RoyalQ. One thing people don't understand, and I want everybody to understand now and start to pass that across to our new prospects. We need to tell people based on nature of cryptocurrency or the nature of market that the robot is trading. The only spectacular things why we need robots or in RoyalQ robots is number one, dollar cost average, DCA. What's the effect of RoyalQ robots in crypto markets or nature of crypto market is this? Let's say somebody that is trading manually, let's say that person buys a coin with, let's say, let me use that your $200 as an example now. If you are taking that your $200 into cryptocurrency market, let's say you are aware of cryptocurrency market and you want to trade it, and you go to that same particular coin you are trading to your personal exchange with $200. If I tell you that by now, let's say market comes down, when that market drops in 100%, for instance, that let's say 100%, if it is 100%, meaning that the coin that was $100 before rose to $200. But the time you entered that market was when it's around $200. When that coin now drops in 100%, meaning that from your $200, you are going to have $100 by now. I'm getting it because $100 has reduced from that your coin in your Binance. You have minus 100% drop in that market. That does not mean that you're going to lose if you don't sell it off. I'm going to explain that later. Now, this time around, you now employ RoyalQ robots to come and do the buying and selling in your behalf. RoyalQ robot also goes to market when the price of that coin is $200. When the price now comes down to $100, you know, when you are trading manually, you are in loss of minus 100% in that particular coin, not on your money, but in that particular coin, minus 100%. At the same, but because of dollar cost average in RoyalQ, you will be seeing minus 50% or minus 40% in your own trade. Meaning that when the price of that coin increased in 60%, you will have been in profit, you can get out of that market. But if you are trading manually, you have to wait until when that price recovers plus 100% before you can get out of markets. That is what RoyalQ robot does for you. That is a uniqueness of using robots. It's help you to manage the situation of the nature of market. Now, cryptocurrency market is like a farming. We have sowing time, we have reaping time. When the farmer goes to farm and sow, that farmer needs to wait for some time, sometimes weeks, sometimes months, sometimes years before that farmer is going to reap it. But by the time he's going to reap, not that a few corns or grains he puts on ground is going to reap. He's going to reap bountifully. And that is how cryptocurrency markets work. And even sometimes, Royal Key Robots does the same thing. By the time you enter market when the price is $200 and market is coming to $100, Royal Key Robots will keep buying for you. That is sowing time. Buying time, and we have selling time. By the time it keeps buying for you, if you have enough money, as the price is coming down, it's not the Royal Key Robot that's going to determine when the price that is coming down is going to last or end. Market might decide to keep just coming down, to just keep coming down, to just keep coming down. So when you have enough capital, for instance, somebody trading with $100,000, you can't say somebody that is trading with $100,000, even $20,000. That kind of person will still have enough money for the robot to keep sowing, or in another language, to keep buying as the case may be. Now, definitely, whatever buys, there's going to be a selling time, which is reaping time. So whatever it buys, when you have enough money, it's not going to exhaust all your money until market will now start to come back up when it's going to be selling what it has bought. But for people that doesn't have enough capital, like $100 to $200 now, if you don't, there's a way you're going to set it that robots will not be buying, often or frequently or in time. If you don't set it very well, and the market is going to go down very well or more deeper, I don't want to be using trading terms. If care is not taken, it won't get to anywhere before your money will be exhausted. And I can see that that is what you are experiencing now. The kind of settings given to you is the kind of settings that is the market deep comes down. When the price is around, let's say, for instance, the price of a particular coin is $200. But before the price of that coin comes down to $100, your robot have made use of all your money to buy, and the money has finished. If the money has finished and used to buy, you agree with me that if you sell at that point in time, the loss will be huge. But let me just continue with the illustration I'm using. Now, at this point in time now, the market has come very deeply down. The price is $200 when the robot buys. But right now, let's say the price is now $50. You can see the margin. There's no miracle robot is going to do. That is nature of cryptocurrency. And if you are trading manually, the same thing is going to happen. But the only advantage of Royal Q is that the kind of minus percentage of dip you're going to have when you are trading manually is going to be minimal and reduced because of Royal Q robots you use. So that by the time market comes back up, you're going to reap it bountifully. So if you are the type in cryptocurrency, the word daily, I want all the leaders to start to remove it from the market, crypto market. Crypto market is never a must make profit daily market. It is never. Quote me anywhere. Try to make profits every day in crypto market, there will be a day that you're going to regret it. Not only regrets, you might just enter it like that and you wait, some trader, you will testify to what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you might be trading every day, making profit, doing the technical analysis, making profits, but sometimes you go to boomerang and even turn other way around. That particular trade at that particular point in time, you need to abandon it. You need to abandon it until when the market is going to go back up to your entry price and you're busy buying another things for buying and selling. So once you understand this fundamental and nature of cryptocurrency, you know that when we are talking about cryptocurrency, it's always have a buying time and selling time. So that is just now for your own case now. This is why the person is asking you to add more money. Maybe the person wants to extend your trade settings or your dips. I used to tell my people, I say, if you are setting $200 settings, the kind of percentage I used to prepare for somebody that is trading with $200 settings, I think it's around 117%, something like that, 117% margin call drop. So that by the time market is going to dip 117%, wow, it will have been a very big crash. so that the money will be there. The little robot is going to be using to trade out of the $200. It may not even more than $50 the robot will be using, so that you have $150 left that you can use for other things, whether for one shot or for any other thing. But the setting we give to the robot is $200. But we know very well that robot is not going to take all the $200 because of the margin configuration, the percentage we have put for the robot. So now you can, if the person wants you to add more money, if you have the money, if the person wants to give you the kind of circle settings, the person should try and consult to professionals in this our field. That person can go to the Telegram group I just shared. On that group, we have settings for $100, for $150, for $200, even up to $500 that they can lay their hands on. I think our $100 setting, we prepare for 60 point something percent margin call drop. $150 is up to like, I think 70 something or 80 something. Like that, up to even $300 is around 140% margin call drop. So your margin call drop is very, very important, especially when you are using small capital, so that robots will not quickly make use of the money to buy quickly like that. You set a kind of percentage that it's going to be a kind of reservation before it's going to buy more. It will have been a kind of market will have dropped very well before it's going to use more money to buy for you. Don't forget, Royal Robot is following the fundamental and the nature of cryptocurrency. It's not the kind of robot that determines market of its own. Only thing it does for you is dollar cost average. And another thing it does, if you have enough money very well, when the one you have bought, let's say you bought a particular coin when the price is $200, like I said, then price that is now around $50. If you are trading manually, the one bought at $200 will not sell until when price goes there and nothing will happen or no sales will happen. But with Royal Robot, it's going to be buying and selling for you under the $50. It's going to abandon the one bought at $200 until when market goes back there, and any reduction that has happened to those one bought is going to record it here for you. Let me quickly show you that place. So that it is normal. It's going to record that thing, what is that? Okay. Oh, sorry, you can see this place. You can see profits under this place. Meaning that for this trade, for this particular coin I'm trading now, the kind of this particular trade now, where is this? Sorry. Where is this? I'm looking for, I want to cancel this, my pencil, but I'm not seeing the thing here again. Where is this thing? Sorry. Wow. Okay. Let me, and I don't want to cancel this. I'm looking for that pencil logo that I used to cancel my pencil. I can't find it again on my phone. I don't know why. So I want to cancel what I just. Okay. Please, bear with me. I will quickly, maybe I'm going to leave this one and log in again now. I don't know why I couldn't find that thing again. I want to cancel this my pencil, but I couldn't find it. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, let me just close everything then. Oh, wonderful. Okay. I think everything is normal now. Thank you. Everything is normal now. Everything has been normalized. Okay. Let me go back to this place. Okay. And now, as you can see, so this 13. What brings about this minus 13? This is it. I set this robot to keep using my money to buy by bit in 28 times. It has bought first one up to number 8. Now, if you come to this my trade settings, come to margin configuration here, meaning that in this my trade up to this number 8, it bought for me when the market drops in 0.5. It buys another one when it drops in 1%, buys another one when it drops in 1%, another one 1.45, 2%, 2%, 6%, 6%. Now, 6 plus 6, that is 12. 12 plus 4, that's 16, right?
Yes.
16, 17, 18, 19. Now, 19.5, meaning that after buying this first call, after buying this, what has happened to the one it bought, the money it's used to buy here, is 19.5. Let me put it that way. Though don't forget that it's combined all these four together anyway. It's combined these four together plus the first buying amount. So meaning that after buying all this one together and combined together, what has happened to that market is 12 plus 4, that's 16% has occurred to it. 16% has occurred to it. But because I think I'm trading manually, it will have been 16% drop. But because I'm using Royal Q Robot now, upon all the 90-something% total, you can see the percentage Royal Q is recording for me because of dollar cost average, just minus 13%, in which I'm supposed to be in minus 19% or more than. But because I'm using Royal Q Robots, it is minus 13%. But the reduction that has now happened to the one bought earlier, the amount I used to bought earlier, the reduction that happened to that money, that's what it's recorded here. And that does not mean that this thing is not going to be buying and selling for me. As you can see here, even yesterday, it sells and buy the one bought last under the dip because it splits the money it buys by bits. You can see the percentages it's doing for the one bought under this dip. But the one that previously bought, it abandoned those ones until when market goes there. But before the market goes there, it's doing buying and selling for me under this place. So that is why I will advise you, sir, you can go to that settings on Telegram group. Then if you want to extend your drip, extend it to the $300 settings, then anybody using $100 to $300 settings, always prepare to have a kind of knowledge of one shot. Then we have, like I introduced Royal Q to that person that said he knew nothing about it the other time. I said some people, they know how to use the robot and the robot gives them 5% in a month. To some people, they know how to maximize Royal Q robot and gives them even 10% in a month. Some people, it gives them 40, even some people, it gives them 50% in a month. It depends on how you want to use it. If you just want to set it there, you don't want to do any one shot at all. You just want to set it in cycle. And you don't have enough capital, don't expect more than 5% in a month. But if you have big capital, somebody with $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, I can categorically tell about that person, even with cycle trading, with cycle setting, cycle starter, you can make up to 30%. If you are not the type that still know how to do one shot with it, wow, you can even make 40, 50% in a month. You can see what I'm talking about. So when we are talking about cryptocurrency trading, don't put your mind in everyday profit. It's not an everyday profit market. There's always buying time. There's always selling time. Prepare your mind for that. Mr. Anibest. So that your sponsor. Tell that your sponsor whether he or she knows how he can go about one shot. So with that little capital you have, if you can combine both one shot with the strategy settings, but if it's a shower buy, nobody has make use of all your $200 to buy, no solution for now. Our advice is just leave it there. Then mind you, some people used to ask me some questions that maybe after 1 year when their robot expires and they couldn't renew, hope there's no problem. There's no problem at all. What robot is just going to do is to stop working, but it will leave your coin on your Binance. When price of that your coin rise to your initial price, it's going to rise back there, and there's nothing you're going to lose with Royal Q Robot, except if you alter to sell at loss for you yourself. All right. Have I answered your question, Mr. Anibest? Okay, Mr. Sanya.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Yes, sir. Thank you for your time. Because I've been following, I'm a newbie, but I've been following this since at least over a month now. I've been following both the AM and the PM technical and prospecting, whatever. But you see, what I'm a little bit curious about is there was a time, I think sometime last week, when our leader, Malak, was trying to explain that we should be doing certain, at a point they said one should not be greedy in terms of making, since it's a speculative this and that, if you put a higher margin that and the price did not rise up to that point, that means you are not likely to, particularly when you are doing like one shot. But he came last week and he was trying to tell us again that we can raise it to like 20, but then we should keep tab such that you put an eye. If it's able to go to, like, if it is getting to 7 and it's about to come down, you can just close and say sell and make your money. But if you don't really have that kind of thing, but this night again, I see that you show out your screen, and I see several margin. I don't really, because when we are making prospects, there are some people now that we want to tell them you can make so and so. And then if the trade setting you are giving them is, or they come in, for instance, to a place like this and they are saying this, it looks as if it's either we have misled them or whatever. So which is the best, particularly for somebody who is coming with a very low capital? Like you rightly said, like we have 200 or 300 or even 100. Which is the best? Is it one shot, two margin call, or when we say put it in cycle, do we have to extend it to like 5 or 6 or 7 times before? That's exactly what I want you to just please elucidate a little.
All right. These settings you are seeing on my screen is a $300 settings.
Okay.
This person has $300 capital, I think, and you can see this date when we set it. But this is what happened. The leaders in Royal Q, we have been working towards a particular. We have done a lot of experience last year. We are trying to work towards a particular unique and one strategy or one or two strategy that we can unitely work on together. But for now, some are still having, every different teams are still having their own different strategies. But what we are discussing, who is that? Let's have that person on meeting ourselves, please. All right. So, but
yes.
everybody are still having their own, different settings for their own team. But in my own team, we have come to conclusion that anybody coming in with any amount of money,
okay,
$100, $150, $200, you need to first of all go to our Telegram group, go and look for our cycle settings. For $100 now, we have cycle setting for it. Like
yes,
it entails like a 60% margin call drop, 60.something%.
Yes.
Set that first as a backup. After setting it, out of your $100, just $15 is what robot is going to take.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of margin call drop we set for that percentage are too high. We have 3.5, 4%, 10%, 18%. We put it on conservative settings for $100 people, up to like 8 dips like that. There's a way we share it. I'm getting it. Now,
yes.
But don't forget that the money, meaning that with time, robots is going to be taking like $15 to trade out of the $100. You can now take $50 from your same $100, not extra money. You can now learn how to make use of Lunar Crush or other one-shot signals.
Yes, okay.
To be trading one shot at the same time. To be trading one shot, because we don't want to encourage people to go all in to market with all they have, or to one shot with all they have, because crypto market can be funny sometimes, no matter the analysis and the signals. especially, but people that really used to enjoy it. For instance, now you can see this person now. I told you, of this account that apart from these circle settings I want to give to you, apart from this circle setting, you can now be using like $50 to try one shot every day if you like.
Mhm.
But just leave this one as cycle like this. Let it be, trading on this cycle. And these $300 I gave to this person, if you calculate all these percentages, it is up to 140% all in
Wow.
total.
Wow.
And even though if somebody have money, now if you have somebody that with big capital in my own team, instead of us to open multiple coins for that person, we will first do some adjustment to these $300 settings to make it $775 settings first. We are not going to change any other thing. What we are just going to change here is this number 7 dip. 0.67 multiplied by 15, that is 10.05. Meaning that we tell Robert to be taking 10.05 all through, right? But because this person now has big capital, we can now say this place should be $15, which is first buying amount, multiplied by, let's say, 4. That is $60, right?
Yes.
Where we can now say, we can now put 4 here, because so far from our experience from these settings, our settings has not been passing through from 7th call to 15th call. It has not gone beyond 7th call to 15th call, no matter the dip. So meaning that between this place, by the time it's going to be trading, it's to be taking big money to trade. Are you getting it?
Okay.
So it's $60 to trade. Then why is not going to be giving us good percentage? You can see the percentage we put on our distributed and take profit here. The same percentages on the margin configuration from 5th level. You can see 5th level here is 2%, 6th level 2%, 7th 6%. The same thing we repeat. The same thing we repeat. The same thing we repeat under our distributed and take profit ratio. So meaning that all the 7th call, we put $60 for Robert to trade up to 15 call. Why those $60 is coming up? It's going to be selling for us at the rate of 5% after deducting the callback and buying call. Buy position take profit callback and Binance charges and all that. We'll be having 5%. That is why you can see from here, from this person's results, from 8 deep. That is why you can see this place now, 8 deep. You can see 8 deep, 5%. 8 deep, as you can see.
Yeah.
You can see this one. Also 8 deep, the same 8 deep. Now imagine this person 4%. Now, so you now imagine you can see 5.4.5.4. You can see. Imagine somebody now have money and pump it under this deep. It is like combination of one shot and cycle at the same time.
Okay.
It's like combination of one shot, meaning that we are with this kind of strategy now. We have it is more. The risk is more. Are you getting what I'm trying to explain there?
Is bearable or
bearable than just putting all your money for one shot and market just dipped. But under the same cycle strategy, we are still getting result of one shot. Even though the results that even one shot sometimes cannot even give.
Yeah, because this is quite impressive. There's no warehousing in this one now. There's no warehousing in this. Do you warehouse this one now? Is that the 1 to 4? Do you warehouse it?
No, 1 to 4 is automatically warehoused. Whether you use Subbean or you don't use Subbean, the 1 to 4 constantly, it is constant K. It's automatically warehoused. But if you use warehouse yourself, both first call up to 28 call is going to be warehouse for you.
Okay.
But in this case, I still prefer Subbean till tomorrow because it is only Subbean that I can achieve all this. Why
this kind of results
this Subbean is because of this key strategy under the distributed they have yet to gotten.
I think this particular setting is very sweet. It's very sweet.
It's so sweet. We have been enjoying it, me and my team.
I
Almost
think
if it's just only once, it sells for you in a day. You know what we are talking about.
At least you go to you.
Let me show you another account. This person has been trading with different strategy before switching to this new one. Let me show you. Let me show you another account. Now, like this account now, you can see this person has been in this trade since August last year. August last year. If you want to check whether I'm lying, when you come to this transaction record and you scroll down, we check it in my office. I think day before yesterday with my people in my office. So this person has been trading this, but the moment we change these settings for this person, you can see this person trade. This is, you can see -32 here, right? This person trade, when we take the minus percentage in that dip, it is more than 50% this person is supposed to have, or 60%. But because of dollar cost average, it is -32%. That is a kind of great work that Royal Kilobot does. Now you can see the transaction of this person. You can see the buying and selling under the dip. You can see 5.8, 5.4, 4.7, 5.4, 5.1, 6.0, 5.3. Now, anywhere you see this 1 point something, so meaning that person altered the settings there.
Okay.
So that person altered the settings there. So now, you can see. Or maybe when we have not changed the settings
you
for
have
the
not
person. When we have not changed the person. But the moment you can see this, the kind of settings, the result that has been taken.
He was getting before this new one.
So, but the moment we change it, you can see what is happening. Now, let's check for another coin here. AVAX 8 now. As you can see, 5.9, 5.6, 5.4, 5.5, 5.8.
Wow.
So now you can see buying time I was talking about. Buy is buying time. This buying time sometimes might take 3 days, even 4 days sometimes. You can just be seeing just one sell. So, but you know that whatever buys is going to sell. Now you cannot see all this buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all this buy. You cannot see when it start to sell now. You can see when it start to sell. So it's going to sell whatever it buys. Okay, and you can see. So this is when they have changed this thing. Now, because of our time, let me quickly show another one. Let me show Shiba. Okay, Shiba is on the 10 dips now. You can see 5.6, 5.3, 5.5, 5.5, 5.8.
And that's an average of 5% profit.
Exactly. Now imagine somebody have money. Instead of you to now be doing one shot, why can't you just come to this your margin configuration? Under the dip number 7, if you can see all these dips, this thing is selling. If you check all the dip, it is between 7th to 15th. It has been, even when BTC crashed down to 34,000, all the crash, it has been between 7th to 15th. So meaning that when you now come to your margin configuration here, you can now say, I don't want it to be using $10 because I want to make more profit. Then change this way to what? $60. 15 times 4, $60. 15 times 4 again, $60. So you can now put it there instead of you to be opening multiple coins. When you put it there, the moment it's selling for you under that place, wow, by the end of the month, you won't go home with less than 15 or 20% of your total capital.
Capital. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Honorable Nwoke Adovas. Honorable Nwoke Adovas. Honorable Nwoke Adovas. Kindly unmute yourself, Honorable. All right. Mr. Carl. Mr. Carl.
All right, sir. Are you hearing me, sir?
All right. Yeah, we can hear you now.
You are really trying, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, okay.
Yes, my question is, can we reset this my trade that are in badly deep? Can we reset it to this setting? That's one.
Okay.
Two. Can one target Lunar Crush and use it to collect 10%, 5% with the capital you have.
All right. Okay.
3, that's the last one, sir. Sorry. This platform, you say we can go and check the setting. This platform. What is the name? How do we get there?
Which platform is that?
I know Oga Malaki. You said there's a platform or what that you can go like a Telegram. You can go and check setting and all that.
Okay. Let me start from your first question.
And how do we get your number? Because as a teacher, you sometimes will call you when we want to try.
When you get, anytime you get across to Mr. Malaki, you get across.
All right.
Anytime you charge Mr. Malaki, we are one. Me and Mr. Malaki will get a day. All right.
Okay.
So for the first question, what if you want to switch your settings? 2 things are involved. Number 1, you need to check whether Robot has not taken all your funds into trade. If you don't have extra USDT, you cannot switch to any settings. Now let's assume that you have extra USDT. The amount of USDT you have is going to determine whether you'll be able to switch. Let me give you one example. Let's say, the settings, the standard settings I'm showing here is a $300 settings, right? Let's say all you are trading with is just $150. And let's say Robot has taken all the $150 to buy and waiting for when to sell. You should know that you need to fund extra $150 to your Binance. Then you can now go to that Telegram group. So by the time you get to the Telegram group, I just show you now how you can go to your Google Play Store and download it. It's like WhatsApp. The moment you download the Telegram group, you search for the group. I just made it public now. I made it private before, but I've made it public for everyone. All the 1,700 people you are seeing there, I think at my team that is that group, they come up to 700. So 1,000 people.
Sir? What's the name, sir? What's the name? What's the name of that group?
I think I've shared it before. Let me share it again. All right. You can see this is the name, RQ Sport Plan B Team. RQ Sport Plan B Team. So that's the name. RQ Sport Plan B Team. You can see, I can see people that have been joining already. RQ Sport Plan B. So when you get to the group, you can just go to this pin message. When you get to this pin message, as you can see let me show you. You can see pin message here. Under this pin message, you are going to see whatever things you want to search here, the functions, all the recording, everything, the trade settings. You can see this is the $500 series settings screen record. Then we have this is for $350 settings. This is $300 settings I was talking about. But make sure you read all this write-up I put on it, because it's a kind of adjustment to this same video. So you can read the write-up so that you can do the adjustment while trying to use the settings. So I think that is clear, sir.
Yes, sir. You say RQ Sport.
RQ Sport Plan B Team. RQ Sport Plan B Team. So I think I've answered your first question and the third question. What's that? The second question?
Yeah.
Have I answered the second question?
Yes, because I was asking if we can reset.
Yeah, that was your first question, and I told you now that it is resettable. But
the second one is about Lunar Crush. Lunar Crush.
The Lunar Crush. If I were you, I wouldn't have it in mind to take all my money for Lunar Crush only. It is not advisable. That's what I've been saying all this while. The way we play around it in my own team, we play it more safe. Let me use that word. We play it more safe. We are trying to combine both one shot and cycle at the same time. My people are using Lunar Crush for their one shot. So, but before they go for one shot, they might have created our sustainable and tested and trusted cycle settings. After settings that they can now use from that same money to do one shot in case of any incasity. Is that clear? When we are going for one shot, we don't go for 10%, 20% like that. We only go for 2%, then we close for the day. we will be looking for another opportunity to make 2%. That is just it. But you can follow as your team leader direct you on that Lunar Crush aspect. Thank you.
Because Lunar Crush, if you look at it very well, sir, I'm a very
Yeah.
senior student on the Monarchy platform. If you look
Okay.
at Lunar Crush, like I have 4,000 USDT. If I use 2,000 USDT to take one good coin, if I wake up that early morning, like that particular time, get it and get 10%, I can go and relax.
You know
I
one
can
thing.
just one shot. Yeah, no.
As for me, that you can play. It is possible like that. It is possible like that. But as for me, somebody like me, if I have that, if I were you, if I have the $4,000, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make use of these my $300 settings. Then I will now pump more. I will now pump more money under my 7th call to 15th call. So if it is just $1,000, I could pump in that margin. I will know that in a day I can be getting like 5% of my $1,000 within that margin. Are you getting it? So it's not all about making profits and later you go to hang in trade. We are trying all our possible way not to by any means hang in trade because it used to be discouraging.
But sir, if I'm having 4,000 USDT and we are using only 1,000 and we are using only 1,000 in this trade, we are not making any profit now. That is to say, the 3,000 USDT is behind, not doing anything.
Meaning that you are not getting me right. You are not getting it right.
Okay, sir.
What I'm trying to say is all the $4,000 will have been used to set up a cycle trade settings of $300. How many $300 can we have in $4,000? I think it's like it's many.
12.
Right?
It's like 12, more than 12 or something.
But I can just now set like 5 coins of $300 settings. When I set 5 coins of $300 settings, I will now go and set my trap of the remaining money. I will now set it on my 7th call to 15th call. I will increase the amount Robert is going to take there because the percentage I prepare for that margin is 5% and above. So if, for example, if I put like $200 in those margins, for instance, so meaning that if it pumps in margin cost 7, I'm going to make 5% on $200. If it pumps in like 5 coins like that, I'm making 5% on $1,000. And at the same time, I'm still making profit on other settings of the cycle. As in, I don't know if you get it, but anyway, in that kind of situation, I will want you to follow your discretion and also follow instruction of your team leader. That's my own point.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. All right.
All right. Okay, I think Mr. Anibest has asked question. It's like Mr. Anibest has asked question. It's like Mr. Anibest has asked question. Okay. You can lower your hand if you have asked question. Then I think Mr. Daniel also have asked question. Maybe to lower your hand. Mr. Akinola has asked question. Okay, Mr. Jules, you can ask your question. I think I've answered Mr. Anibest. Okay, Mr. Jules, you can ask your question. I think it's a new one. Mr. Jules, it's like you were trying to ask question in our prospecting call during the week. The name looks familiar. You can ask your question now. It's your time. You can ask your question. Kindly ask your question, Mr. Jules. Kindly ask your question.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Please, on most occasions, I used to come late to this Zoom meeting.
Wow.
And my challenge has been that since I've been in this Zoom meeting, I've not been able to get this thing right. It's like I'm just coming afresh. So I wouldn't know, like as I'm talking to you now, though somebody invited me to this program, and it's like the person is too big to follow up the prospect. So I wouldn't know if there's a way you can link me to someone who could really take me up, so that any time I call or I want to have any information or training, I could easily meet him online and he'll be able to put me to from scratch. Let me say I can say I'm a new prospect, though I've been a little coming up to, to follow up this Zoom of a thing, but I've not been able to get it right like that. So it's like I want a situation whereby I can be taken off from the scratch, leading me up, so I'm able to know. Like me now, I'm having some cash, some USDT in my Binance, and I'll be trading manually. Sometimes almost heartache. It will go up, and if I used to go to work, sometimes for the whole day I may not be able to check my account. Sometimes it will just drop to the minimum PRS minimum. At times I just imagine what is happening. So I need something that could just ease my my heart, so that I'll just be seeing something coming up like that coming up. So I wouldn't know whether there's a person or a group of people that you can easily link me to, so that they can maybe they will create a time for me. I personally, I wouldn't know of others, but I personally,
All right.
someone could just pick me up and
All right.
anytime get training, please. That's my
All right.
own.
We have because you came late, you joined late. Even not because of that, you'll have gotten answer to your question, because I directed some people to the Telegram group where we have different teams, different people, where we provide solution for them on their trading, on the other things like that. So that group has been existing since last year, even since when we started RealQ. So now, when you go to your Telegram, do you have Telegram application?
Yeah.
And when you get your Telegram, you can search the group I just shared now on the screen. RQ Sports Plan B team. RQ Sports. Let me show you again. RQ Sports Plan B team. When you get to this group, when you come to pin message, under this place and see pin message. When you get to that group and you click on that place, you're going to see different videos, different Zoom recording that we have done in the past, technical trainings. You can see now we posted RealQ, Binance, API binding. Watch this presentation by Pascal, shedding some light on Luna Crush. Then February 15, 2022 leaders meeting, one shot trading, areas of adjustment. Okay, I think some other things like that you can see here. Our trade settings, then our technical training of you can see this recording of 17/10/2021 technical training topic back office functions. So that is going to really help you. Then at the same time, you can come to your RealQ application. When you get your RealQ application, you come to user guide. Many things you need to know is here under the user guide here. As you can see under the user guide, a lot of things are here that you can know yourself without even consulting anybody under user guide. Then at the same time, if you are joining our technical trainings like this, you can just be picking those questions one by one. And by God grace, we've been answering you, because today's section is fully question and answer section. Had it been you join in time, you'll have asked a lot of questions and we'll have even answered those questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. So I think we have tried for today. Mr. Yusuf, I saw your hands the other time. You raise your hand. Is there anything you want to contribute to what you have been so far?
Thank you, boss. You're well done. You have been doing well, speaking for almost 2 hours now. May God reward you for these your selfless services with the people that belong to your team and not belong to your team. It takes a very rare person to make such sacrifice. If not, it goes a long way, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you. Most of all those things have been addressed, and I want people to pay attention to it. There are more to it. The leaders are really working tirelessly to help a lot of people. This business is a good one. The project is very good, and it is going to liberate lots of people for a very long period. We are all here, most of us don't really know about crypto before we are Q. We don't even have what we call a digital exchange wallet. And with this Royal Q, it is giving and dashing out lots of information. I just want you to put it on schedule. It might not be possible tonight again. The last time we were talking about presentation and at prospect presentation, you wanted to show people on how to move out their profit, because this is part of what we as a trader we need to pay attention to. There are some times in our journey on the trading where we trade, you make $20, $40 like that. But because you don't move out your profits, you get to see that I am making profit, but in the end, the money I have is later dropping down and I'm having less than what I put, including the profit I thought I have made. So we should also exercise some attitude of pulling out our profits. You are trading with $200, you made $20 profits. Move out the $20, set it aside. If possible, withdraw it, spend it for something, so that I'll be able to point out at it that the trading I'm doing, this is the profit I got. But the attitude of not pulling out your profits, when a dip comes, both your profit and your capital, you end up finding yourself in a dip. You will now be like, this business is not working, that you're not making any profits. So, and most of us are only trading. For us to withdraw our profits from Binance, most of us don't know. I mean, our trading profits. So for the sake of this technical trading, I think Mr. Mosh has said it during the prospect presentation, but I can see there are lots of questions today, which does not allow him to go there, or probably you have forgotten too. So if it's not possible tonight, you can put it on the next agenda for the technical training. So that's just what I wanted to tip off. Thank you, sir.
All right, boss. Thank you. But I'll quickly say something about that. Now, if you are the type that want to be getting your profits out of trade, two things are involved, but the third thing, you may not be able to get it as you expect it or as expected. Now, let's say if you want to be getting your profit out, meaning that somebody like you, no matter how much you are trading with, then you should be always just be risking one shot all the time. If you are trying to risk one shot all the time, then you can be taking your profit and your capital out every day by day. Then secondly, if you want to be taking your profit out, then you are to try whole warehouse from A to Z of your trade. Make everything whole warehouse. When you make everything whole warehouse, it will be dollar cost average for you. Let me tell you this secret. If somebody is choosing, let's say whole warehouse, somebody is using sub-in mode, and somebody is trading manually. If you are trading manually and market comes down 100%, minus 100%. If you are trading sub-in with Royal Robot, you'll be in minus 50%. If you are trading with Royal Robot with whole warehouse, there's a chances of you being in minus 20%. You can see the difference. But the only advantage of the sub-in is that it's going to be doing buying and selling for you under the dip. But don't forget that there are some amount of money also that will have been reduced from the previously bought, which might not be able to make it easy for you to extract your profit out because of the reduction that have reduced from the previous bots, which the new one that is just selling is going to be recovering back to that one before all the market. It's like compounding. Anybody using sub-in mode in Royal Q, you are ready to compound both your profit and your capital. Just take it that way. Anybody trying to use sub-in, you are trying to use compounding. Anytime you are going to need your profit or capital, then stop your robot before 1 month or 2 months time. Then stop your robot not to buy and sell whatever it buys and not buy again. That's why it's very, very important not to enter market when the market is very high side. So, but somebody using whole warehouse, you can see when all the market is 100% in mana, 50% in Sobin, but for you it is 20%. So when market goes to just 30%, you are out of market. Both your capital and your profit is going to get out once. But Sobin is like you are doing a kind of a compounding system in which, okay, let me share you this now. Let me share you this. For instance, you can, oh, sorry. I've logged out of that account. Let me quickly show you. Okay. Now, let's say, for instance, you can see this ATA now. This ATA shows that though under the dip of 12, 13, 14, 8 is doing buying and selling 5%, 5%, 4%. Yes, 5% of $10 I put here, 5% of $10 I put here. It's doing it by saying like that. This is Sobin. If it is whole warehouse, you are not going to see something all this upsell like this. It's going to wait for everything to sell once. But the dollar cost average it will be more effective than Sobin. Agreed. But so don't forget that Sobin also does a dollar cost average. Now, sorry, but the one that has bought between 1 to number 12, the reduction that has happened to the value of dollar used to buy those one. This is total reduction that has happened to those dollars. This kind of dollars you are seeing here, had it been I'm trading manually, I will just see that my balance reduced in Binance. The value of the quantity of this, my ATA will remain the same. But I'll discover that the value of my USDT has reduced. And that is crypto for you. If you can be patient enough, the quantity will remain the same. The value is going to appreciate back and even increase more higher. React just do us a favor and help us to record that reduction. What we don't normally see when we are trading manually. React now help you to write it out. Now, this reduction also, let's now say I have $1,000. Reduction of $50 has happened. But under the dip, I've already made profit of $30. Will that $30 reflect as I expect? No is the answer. It's not going to reflect. But though, like Mr. Yusuf said, if I want to move it out, I can move it out anyway, because I've already programmed how much I want the robot to use for me. But when the value reduces, that doesn't mean that the value of USDT you are having in your Binance will not reduce. It is normal for anybody that understands crypto. So only people that are new to crypto used to be worried when their crypto USDT balance reduced during the trading in Binance. I think I answered the question partially, Mr. Arju.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very well, sir.
All right. Thank you. So let's call it a day for tonight. I think we have really tried for tonight. So join Mr. Malaki every 10 a.m. From tomorrow. And join me once again on the 8:30 next week Sunday. And don't forget to invite your prospects to our prospect Zoom call, to our daily prospect through a Zoom call every day from Monday through Saturday, 8 p.m. Thank you, everybody.
And let them also, the time we come where $10 will be even flowing. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, sure. Tell them also, time will come when $2 will be flowing in our both our technical trainings and our prospecting training. But for now, we are sharing airtime for all the prospects now as a giveaway. So invite your prospects so that they can come and get their airtime. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Bye. Mr. Malaki, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hello.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It's not easy. To spend 2 hours explaining. It's a very high one. But God bless you all. God bless you for the good work. It's only God can pay us back. All we need to do is to continue to do our best I'm trying to take after you, sir.
God is our strength. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So good night, everyone. To see you tomorrow.
All right.